In this chess video, we'll journey back to the Romantic era of chess and delve into one of the most legendary games in chess history. This epic encounter unfolded between Alexander Hoffman and Alexander Petrov, the creator of Petrov's defense. And that's not all. I have an intriguing chess puzzle in store for all of you. So make sure you stay tuned until the end for the full experience. The game, famously known as Petrov's Immortal, kicks off with a king's pawn opening, followed by the knights taking the stage, leading us into the Italian game. After the move bishop c5, the game transitions into the Giuoco Piano opening. Here, Hoffman opts for the main line with c3. Petrov responds with knight f6, and white boldly initiates an aggressive central attack with d4. Petrov seizes the opportunity to capture the pawn, and white counters with e5, targeting the knight. In modern times, many players might choose a move like d5 to threaten the bishop. However, Petrov, in the bold spirit of 1844, opts to relocate his knight to e4, inviting white to play bishop d5, and, in the process, trapping his own knight. Although an alternative move like f5 may have saved the knight, the players of that era embraced fearlessness. Petrov, true to this spirit, sacrificed his knight by capturing on f2, putting the queen and rook under attack and forcing the king to capture the knight. This daring move leads to a discovered check. While white could have chosen the more conservative option of king f1, the chess scene of 1844 was characterized by aggressive and adventurous play. Players of that era were always on the front foot, making these games exceptionally thrilling to witness. Hoffman's decision not to retreat, possibly fearing that it would completely immobilize his rook, led him to move the king to g3. At first glance, this move appears reasonable, as the squares around the king are adequately protected, and there are no immediate threats. Petrov seizes another pawn, and white recaptures. Evaluating this position, white has a knight and a pawn in exchange for 4 pawns, which is fairly balanced. Although white's king may seem vulnerable, the open board and well-placed pieces offer a strong attacking potential, making it a roughly equal position. The queens have yet to be developed, setting the stage for an exciting game. Moving on, black maneuvers his knight to threaten the exposed white king, while also removing the threat of bishop f7 check by controlling the d5 square. White, however, advances ambitiously with his knight, exerting pressure on f7. This may seem overly optimistic. A more solid move like queen c2, safeguarding the square and targeting the bishop, could have been played. Nevertheless, during the Romantic era of chess, one should anticipate the unexpected. As anticipated, feel free to hit the like button to show your support at this point. It genuinely motivates me. Now, white proceeds with knight g5, prompting Petrov to capture the knight. White refrains from recapturing, as doing so would lead to trouble following queen takes with a check. Instead, white devises a clever tactic by sacrificing on f7, creating a fork between the queen and rook. White anticipated that black might capture, with the king to address the threat posed by the knight on g5. However, this move wouldn't be favorable for black, as white could capture the knight, deliver a check, and then capture the bishop, creating an advantageous position for white. So, what should black play in this crucial moment of the game? Petrov's move in this situation was nothing short of incredible. He castled kingside, arguably one of the best castling moves ever executed in chess history. Some may wonder if this move is even legal because the rook is under attack, but as long as the squares between the king and rook are unoccupied, and the king isn't in check, castling is a legal move. Petrov's intention was clear. He saved the rook to willingly sacrifice the queen. Now, black was setting up a clever trap, and it was time to see if it would work. White had no choice but to capture the queen, otherwise, he would lose his knight. If white had taken the knight instead, he would have faced significant problems due to multiple threats against his vulnerable king. Thus, white was compelled to capture the queen, setting the stage for Petrov's brilliant plan. Petrov initiated his attack by introducing his dark-squared bishop with a check. This move was made possible by Petrov's earlier kingside castling, allowing his rook to occupy the open file and support the bishop. White's king had no choice but to move to a square, where it could be subjected to another check from black's other bishop, resulting in a discovered check. If white were to block with a pawn, then knight f4 would quickly seal the game. Thus, in this position, blocking with the pawn was white's only option. So, what's the next move? Allowing black even a single move would enable him to advance this pawn, preventing the knight from reaching f4, and opening up a path for the king to retreat safely. In response, Petrov immediately delivers a check with his knight. White's only option is to move the king to g4. Now, as black, you cannot afford to let the king retreat to safety, so you must find a way to finish the game right here and right now. If you were to give a check with h5, the white king could escape. Alternatively, if you checked along this route, you would lose your valuable bishop. So, what's the winning move in this position? Here's a hint, it's not a check. The decisive move played by Petrov is knight takes e6. While it doesn't check the white king, it serves a crucial purpose by cutting off the f-file and preventing the king from escaping. Furthermore, since the white knight was already trapped, white decides to opt for an exchange, playing bishop e6 check. With all available squares covered, the white king is compelled to descend. Now, can you find the checkmate in 3 moves? First, Petrov delivers rook f5 check, and the only legal move for white is king to g4. Next, there's h5 check, forcing the king into the corner. Finally, black delivers the finishing blow with rook f3, which results in a double check. In fact, it's checkmate, and white's fate is sealed. It's remarkable how Petrov crafted this mating net to trap the white king, showcasing his exceptional skills and creating a truly amazing checkmate. Now, it's time for a puzzle. In the given position, it's white's turn, and you need to find the best move for white. Share your answers in the comments, and let's see how many of you can solve it correctly. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with future videos. Take a moment to check out the other videos appearing on your screen right now. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care and peace.